Is waiting until age 73 and a half too long to wait to start your pension? Welcome to Retirement Revealed. I'm your host, Jeremy Keil, and we're here to turn your retirement savings into retirement income. Today we're talking about how to decide the right time to take your pension, and we're doing that from a question that a listener sent in. Of course, if you'd like to send in your own questions, love to talk to you and get those answers out to you right away, and then anonymize things as we go through the Q&A. Go to retirement-revealed.com, top right, ask Jeremy a question, and if you're watching on the Mr. Retirement YouTube channel, go ahead, ask those questions in the comments. So we've got this question here, and I've anonymized some things of it, but the ages are interesting, where the question is waiting until age 73 and a half too long to wait to start your pension if you and the wife are in excellent health? I'm 70 and would draw $7,500, but at 73 and a half, it goes to $11,000 per month. So some interesting things here where he's 70 years old and he has not yet taken his pension. He could wait all the way till it looks like the max is 73 and a half. And good for him for finding out these numbers. Usually when somebody's talking about a pension, they're usually saying, should I take it this year or next year? So far, he's even waited all the way to 70. Perhaps he's working. He didn't say if he's working or not. But he's already gone through and found, here's how long he could wait to take his pension first. And that number, $7,500 versus $11,000. What's interesting about that is you've made it all the way to 70. You probably don't even need the income. And so in a way, what's it matter, $7,500 versus $11,000? So there's two things to look at. We're going to use this as an example of how you should go about making your pension decision. The first step related to pensions is the same as with Social Security. You need to look at your longevity situation. So go to longevityillustrator.org. I went and took a look, and based on the info he gave, I estimated a longevity, a life expectancy of 24 years. And that's the 24 years based on both of them. And because he mentioned that his wife is also in excellent health, I'm assuming, I did not hear for sure, but I'm assuming that this is a survivorship amount. That's a big key point of your pension, is what do you do with your survivorship? We're going to talk about that in a second. But if we're looking here at a pension, you've got to look at how long might you live. Another part of it that is worth taking a look at is what is the actual value of the pension. Now, this is really important if you're really making this decision of, do I take a monthly amount or do I take a lump sum, is when they tell you, do you want $500,000 or $2,000 a month for the rest of your life? Well, $500,000 sounds really good. You've got to convert. You've got to kind of translate, what does this $2,000 a month actually mean? The way you do that is you have to take a present value of what that $2,000 a month is going to turn into. Best way I found to do that is I go to the Schwab fixed income calculator. I'll put that in the show notes, where I'll just plug in, okay, $2,500 a month, $2,000 a month, in his case, $7,500 a month. What does that take in terms of a dollar amount today to generate that? As in, if he walked into a big insurance company and said, I want to buy a single premium immediate annuity, how much money does he need to generate that dollar amount? And doing that allows you to kind of make apples and apples comparisons. It almost actually allows you to make comparisons over time, because what is the value of $7,500 starting today versus $11,000 a month starting at age 73 and a half? So the way usually people take a look at it is they make some assumption about interest rates. They make an assumption about how long they might live. I just say, forget the assumptions about how long you might live. Go to longevityillustrator.org and get a scientific assumption about how long you might live, and then just multiply it out. Well, I did that way, and I did the present value way, which I think is the more beneficial, the truer way to do it. But I took it. If he has 24 years left to live, and by him I mean the both of them, as long as one of them's around, 24 times the 12 months times 7,500 is $2,160,000. Now, if he waits 3.5 years and gets $11,000, he also has 3.5 years to live. But when you multiply that out, the 20.5 times the 12 months times the $11,000, that is $2,706,000. That's 25% more expected payments over their lifetime. That sounds like they're leaning in the direction there, math-wise, on waiting. Another way to look at it is, how much does this amount grow? You might know that Social Security generally grows 8% per year. So I was curious. I did a calculator from $7,500 up to $11,000 over 3.5 years. You can do that. That's 11.6% per year on average. This pension is going to pay them more than Social Security, and generally speaking, you can't do better than Social Security. So that's a sign that for them, waiting is going to give them most of their lifetime. But my favorite method, which is say, how much would it actually take if you wanted to walk in to an insurance company and say, I need $7,500 a month today for the rest of my life? What would that take? Well, the answer for them when I went to the calculator was $1,266,000. You can also say what I need to give over to a company today to expect a payment 3.5 years from now, starting at $11,000 per month. That answer was $1,529,000. That was $263,000 more, 21% higher. Making that decision today to wait 3.5 years for them was giving them a boost and expected return of 200 plus grand, of 21% just by waiting. Now, this is a very specific example. Not everyone has a pension that will let them wait till 70 or even 73 and a half. Although you'd be surprised how many people do. I think most of the time you might have the pension and not have realized that you could wait on your pension. And when you've got 401k money, you've got Social Security money, you've got pension money, the goal is not to get the most out of your pension today and your Social Security today and your 401k today. The goal is to get the most out of all three of those over your lifetime. And just like sometimes waiting on your Social Security is a way to get the most out of your lifetime, waiting on your pension can be a way to get the most out of your lifetime. So absolutely do not have any assumptions about your pension other than you need to learn the math on what the pension looks like. And when you do that, it's not, what if I retire today and take my pension today, or I retire a year from now and take my pension a year from now. It's about, what if I retire today, or the specific day you want to retire, and I wait a year or 2 or 3. Keep on plugging in different birthdays. Maybe you get a boost for getting over an age of 65, actually hitting your birthday. What if you get a boost by waiting 12 months specifically? And then just take a look, keep adding on until you run out of time. They might tell you error. That's because you plugged it in too long. This person said 73 and a half, so maybe that's their max for whatever reason. He might have tried to get a pension estimate on his calculator at 74. It might have said error. Well, good for him. He backed off and found 73 and a half. There's a company in Milwaukee area, We Energies, where I have seen it. They won't let you do it at 70, but at 69 years and 11 months, you can do it. So just because you're going through and you see that you've reached the max, back off a month, back off a few months, see if you truly have reached the max there. And it's amazing. It's complicated. I've got another podcast where I dive into this. I'll put a link in the description there called Get the Most from Your Pension, whether it's a lump sum or monthly annuity. And then I've got an article where I go through all the steps that you need to take on step 1, do the longevity illustrator, step 2, get all these different estimates on there, and then do this present value calculator, because then you can actually really decide. You can make a difference on there. So there's a lot of indications that for them, waiting till 3.5 years from now will get them the highest value on their pension. I think you ought to file for your pension not when you need the money today. And clearly for them, they've had other means, Social Security and 401ks, I imagine. Just because you could get the pension today doesn't mean it gives you the most over your lifetime. You may be better off living on your savings for a few months or a few years, drawing down your 401k, and then later on taking your pension. Don't make the assumptions. Retirement planning is like a puzzle. You got all these different pieces. How you put them together affects each other, and the way you put them together and sign up for your pension and how you do it and Social Security and all that, the whole point is to make your puzzle look better, make your retirement look better. So as you're going through with your pension, get all those different options. Find out the different availability for, is this a single life payout only payable for you specifically? Can you get joint payout options where you're giving up a little bit today to make sure your surviving spouse is being well taken care of? And I was thinking too for them, and here's an idea for you as well. This is one reason why you wait on Social Security for them. If they're not taking their pension for 3 more years, chances are it's because they have some other money available. Chances are they have traditional IRA, traditional 401k money available. They could take this 3.5 years that they're not getting this high income and use it to send out qualified charitable distributions to their favorite charities, to draw down their IRA so that they have a less of a required minimum down the road, or to do a Roth conversion so that they're paying taxes now at what might be a lower rate. I imagine if they're getting $120,000 extra a year of income down the road, that's going to bump up their taxes. So perhaps they want to take this time now where they're not required to do the RMDs yet, but they could start doing these Roth conversions to lock in the tax rate now on the IRA. So again, with the pension decision, you got to get all the info, plug it in together. The goal is not to get the most money today. The goal is to make your choices with Social Security and pension and your 401k so that you get the most money over your lifetime, gives you the best chance at retirement over your lifetime. Thanks for sending in the question. And of course, I emailed them right away, got their answer right back to them. If you've got questions yourself, go to retirement-revealed.com. On the top right, ask Jeremy a question. Or if you're watching on the Mystery Retirement YouTube channel, go ahead right now and ask those questions in the comments. Feel free to subscribe so that you can get the latest retirement, investment, and tax planning updates from us here. Thank you for listening to the Retirement Revealed podcast. We believe if you know more about your money, you will feel better about your money and you will make better money decisions. Hi, I'm Jeremy Keil, owner of Keil Financial Partners. And if you're interested in seeing how we help our clients get more income, pay less in taxes, and avoid big retirement mistakes, make sure to go to keilfp.com. That's KEILFP.com.